Okay, chapter 6, thermochemistry, right? In thermochemistry, we'll be reviewing a couple of materials from the previous chapters and couple of sections, couple of terms. We'll have introduction. That will be in details in chapter 16 or 15, which is thermodynamics. So we'll have a little bit introduction for that, and then but mostly we'll be focusing on thermochemistry, the energy of a substance, energy of a chemical reaction, energy of a system, and of course again chemistry is full of vocabulary. You'll have a lot of new terms, new vocabulary, and the good thing is if you don't like math, this chapter doesn't have enough math, at least for today. Okay. First thing is energy, right? Energy is very much related to our life. Is it? Yes. How it is related to life?
We eat it.
We eat it, right? We eat energy, we look for energy, right? We're trying to modify a lot of food, a lot of things to get extra energy, boost up energy. What do you drink for energy?
Gatorade.
Gatorade, right? What else? What else? Coffee. Is it good for health, coffee?
Yes.
Yes. How do you know?
Because it's an antioxidant.
Antioxidant, very good, very good, very good. And how do you know that? Scientists discovered it, right? I saw a lot of publications that people found out caffeine have antioxidant, caffeine keeps you awake, caffeine makes you stronger, caffeine digests your food faster, caffeine makes your stomach acidic, right? It's a lot of health benefit, isn't it?
It can kill you, doesn't it?
It's gonna kill you too. How?
Too much energy, you can't.
Yes, that's a broader way. Can you tell me specifically how caffeine is killing you?
Overdose on espresso.
That's a lot of sugar. Do you like sugar? Yes. Who don't like sugar? By the way, my sister don't like sugar. I can't believe it. She's my sister. I crave for the sugar, and she doesn't like sugar. Anyway, so what's that?
She must be really healthy.
She is healthy. Of course, there is a food poison everywhere, right? So she's the one she's like regular people eating a lot of regular food everywhere, common food in the market. So she's sick too. Everybody in this society is sick. Everybody in this society is sick. I said in the previous class, one of my classes, right? If you go to 50 years back, everybody was healthy. They don't know what calorie energy means. They don't know it. They didn't know which is good for a bad food. They think this is a food, it's good, it's yummy, healthy. They ate it, and they were healthy. Why in this society kids are healthy? Kids needs to get antibiotic every single month. Why medical field is so much booming?
Processed food.
Processed food. What else?
GMOs.
You already said that before. Too much espresso, right?
Question?
A lot of sugar. Why people are so much, with disease?
I think they made,
Second,
people made the diseases so they can sell the medicine for it.
Always soldier nitrate in food.
What is good food and what's bad food?
what is good food and what is bad food, right? That's the big question. Why smiling, guys? Yes, that's a big question. What we should eat, what we should not eat. Because of our food system, that makes us sick. We are sick not because of the environment, not because we are polluted. I am from South Asia, right? I am from Bangladesh, very dense, populated country. The air we breathe about back home, you can't even imagine. You're sitting in the Houston, you're saying that, oh, too much, polluted. It's too much moisture, too much, humidity. Do you say that? Those are not the reason, by the way. We should appreciate that we are in developing country. In developed country, we're getting all the opportunity to take care of our health, our life. But problem is, we are too much developed with the processed food. Processed food made us sick. And the media have been bombarding us that this food, that food, that food, that food. In advertising, all the poison are being advertised. Because they are the one who funding our election. So, if somebody go to the White House, they cannot change it. Because they got elected by those money from the food industry. They have no power to change it. They owe it. Right? So the question is, what is the good food or bad food? What should we eat? What we should not eat? First thing you said that sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. People say no, no, no. In the nutritionist, in the media, in the live talk show, right? Yes, sugar is harmful, but in certain level you can take sugar, like brown sugar. Not the sugar you get in the market, white, looks so yummy sugar. That's actually, I can say, some acid extract, some sweetened acid extracted from the real sugar. Think about it. And we buying with the money, we are feeding our little baby. And they get sick. I said, why my baby is sick every month? So we are bombarded by media, by food industry, by lot of health professional, and that's why we are sick. And we are developing health industry where medical field grow more and more. We are spending more and money for our health, but we are getting day by day sick, and sick. So go back to your question, what should we eat? Let's go very basic food, what do we eat? Rice, bread, corn. What basic food, like for the carb? Let's go first with the carb. Pasta. Pasta is kind of bread, we can go eat from the wheat, Let's go wheat. Let's go instead of pasta and bread, we can say wheat. Rice. Potato, right? 3. Anything else we eat?
Protein.
Corn, exactly, corn. This 4 thing we eat for our main for carb. So, first of all, rice. Rice is never bad. Why we've been hearing rice is bad, bad, bad? Because rice doesn't have any industry. Rice doesn't have any food company who is paying for the election. What bread companies has. That making us believe that bread is good, rice is too much sugary. I heard that from couple of medical doctors. Bread is good, rice is bad. Totally upside down. Okay? I've been working medical field, medical research for a long time from different diseases. My PhD was anti-cancer drug discovery. My postdoctoral, I worked in medical school for many years with tumor cells. And based on my study and research, I'm talking to you guys to help you out. First of all, corn is not good for you, but in certain level is okay, not a regular basis. And second is rice is good for you. Of course, brown sugar is better, but white rice is not bad. There's no harm with it. So let's go. You might be thinking, why are you saying that? Is it a lot of calorie, right? Yes, it is calorie. Our problem is the calorie. Forget our body have enough, enough ability to digest those calories. But problem is we messed up our digestion system by a lot of chemical as a preservative, by a lot of processed food, by a lot of food which is not supposed to be eating. For instance, genetically modified. Our body don't know them. When you're eating protein, when you're eating milk, yogurt, very good food, right? Who say yogurt is not good? Who says?
Yogurt.
Thank you. Yogurt would be good, not the marketed yogurt, because it has a dairy. So this kind of food, we should know that this is good for us, that making us, our digestion system bad, and for being bad digestion system, we're saying that no rice, no calorie. But no calorie, I don't want to eat it. No, it's calorie. Hey, you need a calorie to run. You need a calorie to work, to think, to work. But we need to boost up our digestion system. We need to purify our body, which has so many chemicals in it. We drink water, right? Which is our life, we say. That's the most poisonous drink ever you can imagine. In the market, we have a juice, right? Apple juice, 100%. Does it say that? Yes or no?
Yes.
It says 100% sugar. It says 100% juice on it.
Sugar.
It's full of sugar. You buy it and then drain out it. Get your tap water and drink it. Save your body. So we messed up our digestion system with a bad food, bad calorie, processed food, preservative, with a genetically modified food. And what you need to do? We need to eat our real food, rice. We need to eat real food, potato. The best one is sweet potato. Thumbs up. Sweet potato, number one thing. That's, no matter what, you can eat it up. It's very good for health. It's a basic food. It's gonna boost up your immune system. It's gonna give energy. Nothing bad with it. And if you can do that, improve your digestion system, then you can take calorie. You can digest calorie. But make sure how. Now question is how you boost up your digestion system. Any idea? Cleansing. Wonderful. Anybody? Any other way?
Vitamin D or vitamin C, one of those two.
Second.
Vitamin D or C, something like that.
Yes, vitamin C. Yes, actually both ideas there. Vitamin C food would be helpful for cleansing. Example. Lemon. Then green apples.
Water.
Gingers. Number 4.
What's the question?
Celery.
Celery. Number 4. I got 2 more. What's that? What?
I didn't hear the question.
Oh, what are the food you need to take regular basis to cleanse from this polluted
Is garlic one?
digestion system that we developed day by day?
Yeah.
Second.
Is garlic one?
Yes, warm garlic. So garlic, spinach, celery, spurley, ginger, spinach, one more, green apples, right? These are the food, I said 5-6 of them. Take as a juice, as a little bit warm is better. If not warm is fine. Make it juice is better, blend it up is better. If you can't blend it, that's also okay.
Garlic.
Take a regular basis. Go ahead.
No.
Okay, take a regular basis and then you can cleanse your body. Then you will see it takes 3 to 6 months. Then you start taking regular food, that should be okay. Everybody, 60% American are allergic to gluten. Why? We claim we are the best generation. We claim we are the best country in this world. Are we? We are. But we are messing ourselves up. We are messing ourselves up.
Isn't it bad for you? Gluten?
Which one?
Gluten?
Gluten is not bad for me. Gluten, we get allergic. That's the problem, it's hurting us. Yes, it is hurting us because our digestion system got bad. So we cannot take gluten, we cannot get carb, we cannot get protein, we cannot get what thing? Lot of things we cannot take it. Long list. The kids is playing. I saw my kids are playing sometime. You know what they talk? They play with the food and dinner party. They say, oh, I'm allergic to potato, I'm allergic to sugar. How do they know that? It's around. Nobody should be allergic to so many things. Need to cleanse our kidney, clean our liver, you clean ourselves with, as I said, mentioned there. Okay, some additional point by the way, guys, is since we talked about very important term, so today's class basically will be some basic terms, next class will be a lot of mathematical problems. So let's go, talked about the energy, and then before finishing energy, I like to talk about hard question, what we should not eat. One important thing, we should not drink cold water.
Cold water.
So hard to believe? Yes, no cold water, guys. Whole life you have learned it, right? Cold, I like it. I like cold. My food have to be warm. My water have to be cold. It's good. Food have to be warm, but water have to be warm up too. Because when you have warm water, that helps our digestion. When you have warm water, cold water, that you are harming your digestion system. You're not digesting enough, that you're getting allergic to it. Food is not getting digested enough with the cold water. That's one more important thing. When you're eating, guys, do not take water with your food. And you say,
choke with it.
Dr. Haque, I cannot take food without water. Right? I cannot eat food without water. Why not? Because you haven't drank water whole day long. Right? You have been fasting with water. You have been fasting, not drinking water, right? No, drink water whole day long. You get hydrated. When you take your meal, so make sure you don't touch water. Yes, 1, 2 chips is okay. 2. And on the top of them, when you eat it, you chew enough. Chew enough. Take an hour to have your meal. You see, our lunch break is 1 hour, right? Why? That's the reason. Or take 1 hour for your meal. Chew enough, so that because our saliva is acidic, because digestion starts from here. If you keep swallowing everything down,
You get fat.
you get fat because it's not.
It takes longer to digest.
It's longer to digest. Liver is not taking calorie. Not supplying calorie to the body to work. And of course, you try to take amount of water. Maintain your quantity. You don't want to eat too much, of course. But problem is nowadays people even cannot eat. They say, oh, I don't eat carb. I cannot eat more than this amount. Why? Because we messed up our system. We're not eating properly. So eating properly means chewing enough, not taking water with the food, and make sure no cold water.
So it takes an hour to eat?
Yes, take an hour to eat.
So that's 4
That's
hours.
the best
before
option.
the day dawn.
That's the best thing you can do for your body. What's that?
So that's 4 hours. Let's say you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, maybe like a snack. That's 4 hours gone through your day.
It's going to be 3 hours.
Let's say, where's that fourth hour?
It's going to be 3 hours, not 4 hours.
Snack.
If you have a snack. Less than 2
Sit down
drops.
and back.
Okay, my students, you guys are very young, right? Nowadays, you have a huge tendency to go to gym, right? Which is very good. But do not focus on only making your muscle, right? I used to do that too, by the way. I don't want to lie, guys. But do not focus on only for making muscle. Focus on running, jogging, make your body working, And then when you're working, make sure do not drink energy drink.
Oh.
What are you gonna drink? Water and juice. No coffee. Okay. By the way, the last thing I want to talk about the coffee. I forgot about it. Thank you for reminding me. Coffee and body iron mineral is completely opposite. If you drink coffee, you discarding, you dehydrating, or you eliminating all the ions and minerals from your body. Didn't you see when you have coffee, you go to restroom quicker, more and more?
If you put milk in
More
it.
frequent? Yeah?
7 times.
Yes or no? Why not saying yes or
Smells
no?
like coffee
Yes.
too.
Yes. Why?
Yeah.
Because it taking out all the mineral and iron from your body. What you need for energy, instead of energy drink. Instead of energy drink, you need minerals and iron for your body and vitamins too, of course. That's you get from vegetable, they get from fruit juice, not the juice from the store, guys, right? Real fresh juice you make from your home. Okay?
But can't
Any
that
question?
also be bad for you too? Because whenever you make juice, you put like so many fruits in it, and you're having all of that sugar at once as well. So isn't it just as bad as having that?
Very good point. Very good point. I keep talking about the fruits, right? Fruits cannot be like more than 3 in a day. I'm actually making it bigger. Actually 2. Let's go 3. You guys are working so much, Actual count is 2. Okay, let's 3 because you guys student, working hard studying, I understand that. 3. So make sure count it 3 fruits. For instance, if you have 1 apple, 1 plum, 1 orange, that's fine. If you by the way, if you a little bit more, that's okay. That's okay. That's not harm as you are taking sugar stuff like that.
But the sugar in the fruit is different than the sugar you buy.
Exactly. Sugar in the fruits is very important too. So a little bit more is okay. I said 3, a little bit more is okay. But not sugar direct. But brown sugar you can take in a small amount, that's okay. Okay, let me tell you something interesting. I had a seminar in Atlanta. I was invited as speaker about the family matter and raising kids. So after my speech, a lot of people came to me, talking to me, asking me questions. The most question I got is, my kids so much addicted with the iPad, right? So same problem. Think about that. Another problem we have in the society: kids so much affected to the candy, isn't it? I went to a community program. One of my fellow brother, my friend, he gave candy to my kids. I apologized to him. I said, "Excuse me, please don't take it. Otherwise, my kids cannot take sugar." I said, "Why? They're not fat." I said,
That's the goal.
"Exactly. That's the standard. Kids should not be having sugar that much, from the processed sugar. Yes, there is candy, a small sugar like Kit Kat type. That's okay, a small amount, but not as a really sugary, made of all sugar, So, okay, my goal was to talk a story is that make sure our kids should be educated. Don't underestimate them. That they don't know, they don't listen, they don't follow. I taught my kids no sugar. Wherever they go for party, they teach even the bigger people. No sugar, make sure no sugar. When this is eating cake, small amount, guys, I feel so embarrassed, I really do. And they teach them, make sure if you want to eat sugar, take about brown sugar, small amount. They do that, trust me. I had a dinner, like this weekend with 3 of my colleagues, 3 of my friends. And then my son, my 6-year-old son, he taught about the sugar and stuff very clearly. He gave a speech. I stopped him not to tell people. I cannot stop him because I showed him very clearly how it is harming to your body and to your growth, upbringing by sugar. Same thing about iPad. I told them why iPad is harming you. They call their cousin, Musafia, Hania. Make sure don't watch iPad. It's gonna kill your brain. I don't want to say more. Then they teach them. And my kids, if I say, okay, I'm busy, watch iPad right now. No, Papa, I already watched 5 minutes. I already watched 5 minutes. So my point is, we should teach ourselves first, educate ourselves, and need to teach our kids so they understand the harm of the iPad or technology. For technology, I appreciate. I want my kids watch iPad. I want them. I want my kids take sugar and fruits, but certain limit. Everything has to be limited, and make sure you should teach them. People say it's hard to maintain kids. If you teach them properly, regular basis, over and over, they develop something they will never forget. Even though kids doesn't have thought process that grown-up people have, but still they follow. They take it. They just need to be more reminder, Anyway, any question, guys? No?
Okay, no more sugar for me.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the topic today. Energy, right? We talked about a lot of energy. Then we can move up to the work. Okay, can you give me simple definition of energy?
The capacity to do work or transfer heat.
Yeah, it's an ability to work or transfer heat, right? And then work is, what is the work? Force
Force times distance.
times distance. I'm gonna go quickly. And then heat. What is the heat, guys?
It's a form of energy.
Exactly. Very good. Thank you very much. It's a form of energy. Nowadays, people have been being taught temperature and heat is same, which is not correct. Heat is a form of energy, like other energies, electrical, mechanical, chemical, right? Let me make an experiment in the class. I want you guys. I want you guys hold your leg of the chair. Hold leg of the chair.
Hold the leg of the
Hold the leg of the chair. Don't you feel cold? Yes, you do, right? So, why feeling cold? Your body is room temperature. We are in everything is room temperature, right?
No, your body is not room.
Yeah, exactly. But our body is not in room temperature. So that means I have more energy, I have more heat. When I'm touching leg of my chair, it's transferring heat from my hand to the room temperature still. So that means heat is a energy. Heat cannot be, explained. Oh, it is temperature. It is energy, and then we can go back to first law of thermodynamics. What is this? I'm sorry, I keep asking you guys questions, and I'm sorry, but I will keep doing that. I promise. Okay. So, what is the first law of thermodynamics? What is the first law of conservation? Chapter 1. We talked about chapter 1. Energy? Yes. Amount of substance always constant. You cannot create matter, you cannot destroy matter. Same thing, energy cannot be destroyed, right? Right? So let me run. So I'm jogging, right? I got tired. So what happened? I said I got tired. I lost a lot of energy. Did I? No, I did not. I was running, I worked, and I transferred heat to the environment, to the surroundings. So, I transferred heat to surroundings and I worked. Two things together came from my internal energy. So, energy cannot be destroyed, even though we think sometimes it's not. That's the first law. You see the picture? This energy, the lady is running. Make sure you do that, okay? Do that regular basis. Yes?
No.
Yes, do that. And then you releasing heat, you working out, that's going to be your actual energy. So together your heat and work done is together is your internal energy. It's not destroying even though it's losing. Then we can move to different types of energy. We know that what is electrical, light, nuclear, thermal, chemical energy. Example, what is chemical energy? Chemical energy is the chemical I have in this part. So the total energy of the molecule and atom is called the chemical energy. And then specifically energy of kinetic, which is called kinetic energy. We'll be talking about kinetic energy in details in thermodynamics, but even if you have taken any physics class, they talk about details, solve thousands of problems, right? We're not gonna do that, guys. We're gonna do that simply definition, which is kinetic energy is 1/2 of mass times velocity squared. So velocity, where did the velocity come from? Motion, right? Which makes sense though. If you have kinetic energy, that should be related to the motion. So kinetic energy is proportional to the mass, right? And proportional to the velocity square, which is motion. Through the motion, you get the velocity. So, and energy is in calorie to joules. This one unit we need to know, and kilocalorie is 1,000, and kilowatt. I don't think we have any problems in this chapter with the kilowatt. So just calorie equal to 4.18 joules. That's it should be keep in mind for mathematical solve problems, system. Then you go to system and surroundings. What is system? I'm the system, right? Even surroundings, something like that. So I have a reaction going on in here. So two reactant I have, that's called system. The one is reacting, that's called system. Everything else is surrounding. The flask is just surroundings. Flask is not the one who is reacting. The flask is a surrounding, you and me, everybody is surrounding for this reaction. So the reactant is system, everything else is surrounding. The surrounding is everything else except system, that's all it means. And it transfer heat and work between two. And what is it? Delta H. What does delta H means? Change of heat. Did you see the word in the top? What is it? Enthalpy. Can you define enthalpy in a few words? Heat of a reaction. So in thermochemistry, we talk about the enthalpy. Throughout the chapter and the next chapters, we'll be talking details more about, on and on about enthalpy. So enthalpy is nothing but a fancy word of heat. You know the heat means, right? Heat. And so heat we call as enthalpy in the thermodynamic form, in the thermochemistry term, is enthalpy. As you see, it's from H. So what does delta mean? Change. Delta means the difference. The difference between initial, so H final minus H initial. So that's called delta H, difference to heat. If you have this reaction as said is going on, it always keep going. It will be keep going on. We're going to keep talking the same chemistry reaction. The reaction going on in here, initially it was, for instance, it was very cold. It ended up become hot. And this, the final temperature minus initial. That means how much heat this reaction is producing, that will be enthalpy, that will be heat. So heat is calculated as HF minus HI, which is called delta H, and that's name is enthalpy. So in enthalpy, to talk about detailed enthalpy, which is very important to know, is extensive and intensive property, because enthalpy is a extensive property. So enthalpy, depending on the amount. So for instance, this is not the reaction we're talking about, this is a different reaction, okay? Just simply water now. Consider I have simple water, right? This water need to be heated up, right? If you heat up the water, and then this water would be producing, this water is going to be hot. So suppose I have this amount of water, okay? You heating. You need certain amount of heat